Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another commentary. Um it's kind of alarming rate that um in addition to a lot of Nigerian women becoming westernized and Nigerian women following after like uh, women from here in the United States, you have the men following Q2. So, although Nigerian men do achieve on a high level, especially when it comes to academia, they know that in achieving academia and maybe getting a job as an engineer, maybe getting a job as let's say a physicist or an accountant or maybe a even a professor, that job is not going to be really desirable to women, and it looks like it's becoming not desirable to it may be a situation where it's not even desirable to their own women now. Now, the thing is most when we speak, since Nigeria is a place filled with different tribes and ethnic groups, we have to understand that, you know, the women that we're speaking of and the men that we're mostly speaking of who exhibit these things are Igbo and Yoruba. I've rarely, if any, have seen a Hausa person stray away. I've only seen it in one case where this one girl, I'm gonna leave her name. I'm gonna leave her name confidential. But she bought into the modern woman sauce, and she got lost in that sauce, basically, becoming a boss babe and this, that, and the other. And mind you, she's House of Fulani. But without further ado, there's like a trend, and it really needs to stop, that Tunde or what's another common Nigerian name? Ike is now morphing into Pookie and Ray Ray. And this is bad because they're doing it. They're doing it like, unfortunately, to attract a certain dynamic, a certain geographic, and from what they see and what they know and what they understand about that geographic, they feel that they are compelled and feel that this is the only way they're going to attract them. Now, one may ask, why are they breaking tradition? Because they're being social engineered to break tradition. And one of the people who are social engineering that are these Pan-Africanists who bring their egoisms into what they call unity, but really they have a deeper and bad objective at hand. So let's look at this and go into it. We're going to look at two things. And we're gonna go from there. Okay. We're gonna look at two separate cases.
Oh no! They're getting across! Oh, yes, that's it! Just one! One will kill you in this game! You have to be...
Felicia Johnson from San Diego, California.
Shout outs to Pink Book Lessons.
Had recently celebrated her 24th birthday on April 10th, 2022. That's her and her father, who attended the function with other family and friends. The 24-year-old booked a flight to Houston, Texas. It was reported that it was a birthday trip, but Felicia had plans to stay longer. She had other family in the area and was looking for a job. Felicia went to this strip club, CoverGirls, for an audition, but was turned away.
So the fact that, I'm not going to blame it on her, but the fact that she was looking for a job as a stripper at 24, when I don't know if he was a single father, but obviously he can't control her anymore. The control went out the door. So I mean, if he can't control her anymore, that means that basically, she's left to her own devices, right? I don't know how he raised her, but from what I have seen in my own community that I have came up in, is that dads try their best. They try their best to set them right, but sometimes it doesn't work because of the social pressures. Because you have to understand something. I mean, we can even look at, I think it was Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. Yeah, she was into adult. She got into the adult industry. And mind you, she didn't have to get into the adult industry. Everything was pretty much there for her. Her dad is an actor. Starred in many films. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
According to some of the workers there, she was upset and ended up leaving the club with one of their regulars.
So, two things. The first thing is that men, I mean, I understand, bro. I get it. I get that you want to, how should I put it? I get that you got needs. I get it. Okay, we all got needs, but you guys need to start starving these females of this, because if you keep on doing it, we're not gonna get ahead. So all the stripping and all the OnlyFans, chill out on it, man. For real. Especially this guy who was African.
That was on Friday, April 15th, and the last day that anyone heard from her. Here's a story of a young woman interested in anything glamour: modeling, dancing, makeup, hair, and fast money. Entangled in the city girl lifestyle, often promoted by rappers like Young Miami.
So, I mean, when you listen, even when you look on, I guess you can say, even when you look on TikTok and listen to these, when you even listen to the songs that women make and stuff like that, you basically understand why these women act like this. And this goes beyond Cardi B. This goes to all of them. All these female rappers, they rap about the same thing. The ones who don't rap about the same thing are not heard. One of them, who is a very good rapper, Rap City, she's not heard, and she's an excellent rapper. But, the reality is people don't want to hear her. That's just it. It's sad to say it, but, people just don't want to hear her rap.
JT, Meg Thee Stallion, stripper culture promoted by Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Women all over social media teaching other women how to trick men for money.
So you girls know my channel's about manipulating men, taking money from them, playing them,
and the thing is about this Malbogia Maria is like, she's gonna end up, her advice is gonna end up getting someone else hurt, you know. Now granted, I don't know if this one actually, you know, paid attention to her, but this is gonna get people hurt, bro. Like the way she's talking and stuff. And the thing is in Islam, she's gonna get a share of all of that, you know, because she led these women astray. So every time a woman does go astray, and she and you know, let's just say example, they're like, this Maria told me to do this, then she's gonna get the punishment. And even in, let's say these women get bodily harm done to them, then she's gonna get a share of the punishment as well.
a lot of comments say, do you ever feel bad? Do you ever think that karma's gonna get to you? The simple answer is no, I don't care. I don't feel bad at all playing these men. No remorse, no feelings towards them at all.
The purpose of telling this story is to bring awareness to young women about these types of activities. Show them is to bring awareness.
Good evening, everyone. I am Xavier Walton. It has been a week of desperate searching. 24-year-old Felicia Johnson hasn't been seen in more than a week, and tonight her family held a vigil where her phone was...
Let me be honest, bro. Men, we don't have the luxury of makeup. You know, we really don't have the luxury of makeup. Pretty much all we have is, like, you know, soap and lotion in essence, you know. Some guys take it far and they put facials on and all that stuff. Some do it. Some do that spa pampering type thing. I'm not gonna lie, some are involved in doing that. But for the most part, most men understand that they pretty much have to manage and work with what they got. But when women wear makeup, it's like basically, I think someone said it's the devil's face paint. Someone actually said that word.
Zach Talatari was there and joins us from HPD headquarters with more. Zach.
Xavier, Felicia Johnson's family and community activists believe foul play was involved in her disappearance. They're begging anyone with information to come forward as they came together today in prayer. An identified customer offered her a ride, and he believes she was taken against her will.
Felicia, hang in there, sister. We love you. We're looking for you. We're hunting.
Police. Footage to Houston police. They said they didn't have a camera outside of the club, but gave them footage from the interior of the establishment. Felicia Johnson was missing for weeks before detectives got a hold of her Uber records. Those records from Uber linked her to a Nigerian man, 28-year-old Chukwunebuka Obodo. That's the man who requested a ride.
Yeah, that's an evil name for sure. Without a doubt, that's an evil name.
For Felicia from her hotel, the Intercontinental, to his apartment on April 16th. Using that information from Uber, they got his phone number and email address. Then they found his name and address in police records from a November 2020 police report where he was being investigated for a crime. That case where he was accused of sexual assault was dismissed when the alleged victim declined to press charges.
So you see, he was already getting his Pookie and Ray Ray stripes. You know, he was already trying to go for his stripes. You know what I mean? That's what they call it, like where we come from. Like, you know, the more crime you commit, the more stripes you have on your shoulders. So, like, for example, if you shoot someone, you know, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, this guy got stripes. if you rob someone, they're gonna be like, oh, this guy got stripes. If you get caught with like a big, like if you get caught with like keys and keys of stuff, and be like, oh, this guy got stripes. So he was getting his stripes already, although he was getting it in an unconventional way because he was moving by himself. He was already exhibiting, instead of the Tunde behaviors, the Pookie and Ray Ray behaviors.
Felicia communicated with him on Snapchat, where she agreed to meet him for $500. They took a...
So, you see, and I'm not trying to be sensitive at all to this situation, but you see that she was already trying to develop her sugar baby. I guess she was in her sugar baby training regimen, at the time. So with that being said, it just goes to show you that, modern women, modern Western women they're, I guess you can say, transactional women, which means that they're not even looking past, they're not even looking at you if there's no money involved. We live in a world now that is very much so artificial that the only time you feel like it's real, I'm gonna be honest, the only time I feel like it's real is when I'm like pretty much spending time away from it, like spending time in spending time in the boxing gym, spending time in this man cave that I am working on. That's the only time where I feel like I have something real. But other than that, it's like the scene in the Matrix when Morbius was like telling Neo about the simulation and stuff like that, and he was walking past the people. It kind of reminds me of that. These times that we're living in remind me of that very much so. It almost feels like fake. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Look at his bank account, and they found a transaction in the amount of $500. He withdrew the money from his Wells Fargo account on the same day. Records also show that on that day he met up with Felicia, and the day after, the 17th, he purchased several supplies from Walmart and Home Depot, including a flashlight, shirt, gloves, saws, trash bags, and towels. And he seemed to be really interested in figuring out how to clean up a crime scene.
Now, I'm not making an excuse for him at all. I'm not making an excuse for this guy because he's African. I'm African. My question is, does he have a history of psycho behavior? Besides the arrest with the I want to say the arrest that he had beforehand. Does he have a history of this kind of craziness? Does this exist among him? That's the question I want to know. Before he immigrated to, or I don't know if he's first generation or not, but the question needs to be asked is that even before he came, but let's just say he came to America, right? Before he even came to America, was this a problem? Did he have this issue? Was he always like this? Now, that's the questions that now need to be asked.
Several searches relative to cleaning DNA evidence, deleting digital information, missing persons investigations, and how to get away with murder. On May 13th, almost a month after she went missing, HPD conducted a search warrant and arrested the man after they said they found blood, weapons, receipts, and supplies in his car. Blood, weapons, receipts, and supplies in his car. They also found Felicia's DNA and blood in his apartment. In his cell phone, they found a picture of a dismembered woman and 3 additional photos of deceased individuals.
Disturbing details are continuing to emerge regarding a man now charged with murdering and dismembering of a villain. If such as don't meet
like you were never influenced by them. People get mad when I say it, but stories like Mercedes Moore and Felicia's apartment, along with the man who deleted her, a guy thought to be one of her customers, a man who spent a lot of money on her. And in this case, you have Felicia's father having to stop his life and go down to Houston. He's downtown looking for city officials, anybody who's going to take this hunt for his daughter seriously. Because we also know cases involving Black women, the priority isn't high. Young ladies,
I hate to say it, but it's kind of true because of the simple fact, like, and this is going to sound messed up and I'll probably, like, get a lot of backlash, but when you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what transpired with them in terms of like the transaction. I don't know what transpired. The outcome is not cool at all. Like, it's never cool. You know what I mean? It will never be cool. The outcome of it. But it's just it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
know all this 304 culture is cute to you, but this can be the consequence for choosing to live this lifestyle. Felicia's father, he was aware that his daughter got sucked up into this, but even his influence wasn't strong enough to combat the external influences that's taken the minds and souls of our women. Condolences to Felicia.
Keywords, souls. Really is taking their souls, because they will sell their souls for a Birkin bag. I swear to Allah. I swear to Allah, they'll sell their souls for a Birkin bag or anything of that sort.
Felicia's family in Houston, her family and friends in San Diego, her siblings, her father, who's having to digest the fact that somebody did this to his daughter. Let's get the conversation started. The police arrested this man after they performed a search warrant and found evidence that he could possibly be responsible for multiple missing women, not just Felicia Johnson. Why would they arrest him and release him?
Yeah, so I heard that guy is on the run too. You know, I heard now, like, that dude is on the run. Now, there was one more story, and then we'll end it on that note, but it just goes to show you, like, this is what's happening. Now, this story, they say that this guy actually, he actually, I want to say, ran over a woman. But the thing is, she was a prostitute. Yeah, she was a prostitute. Now, mind you, he was 22, and I think she was like 27.
Man is in jail accused of running over a woman and beating her to death with a metal pole.
Police say the woman had been walking along 9700 block of Bissonnette early yesterday morning.
And Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf is live tonight with the latest on this case. Matthew.
Well, Jonathan, this is just tragic. There's actually video of what happened posted on Facebook. We must warn you, this video is disturbing. New disturbing video posted to Facebook of a vicious attack on Bissonnette. A man seen standing outside a crashed car, brutally beating a woman to death with a metal pole. Police identifying the woman killed as 26-year-old Jasmine James. 22-year-old Shadozi Ahmadi arrested Friday, charged.
Another evil dude. Telling you, bro, them evils, man. I'm not trying to be tribalistic or anything like that, but like they're pretty savage and ruthless. You know, I'm not gonna even lie to you. You know, I admit, I'm not gonna want to give my past. You know, man, Allah forgive me for my past, but you know, coming up in South Central LA, you see a lot and you experience a lot, and so I was on some ruthless, stupid stuff. But I know where that path goes. So I was like, yeah, it's not gonna work out. You know, it'll be like game over for me basically if I, But let Shaitan basically just have a field day on me, on my nafs, I should say. Right? But let's continue.
With murder. Witnesses tell HPD Jasmine had been walking along the sidewalk of Bissonnette early Thursday morning when Shadozi in a white car intentionally ran her over. A witness recording as Shadozi then strikes Jasmine's head several times. A memorial of flowers, candles, and stuffed animals now sits at the street corner. Loved ones there Friday honoring Jasmine's life. Family members were too upset to speak with us on camera today, but they did say that they appreciate everyone's prayers. The suspect is in jail tonight with a $2 million bond. Reporting live in Houston, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 26 News.
Now, the thing is, there is something coming out, and I'm going to end it on this note. There is something coming out that she actually robbed him. Now, the thing is, this lady was a prostitute, right? And they said that, that basically, he was looking for thrills, right? But they said some things happened, and I think that maybe he had, they don't know what the object was that she took, but they said that she robbed him, and so that's why he caught up with her and did what he did, because of that reason, because nobody wants to get robbed, so that's what happened. I don't know. All I gotta say is that there's a couple of things to blame. The requirements of most of the sisterhood is one of the things to blame, because I'm gonna tell you something right now, right off bat. These women don't want dudes who are on their square doing the right thing. They don't want them. They want them once they're done doing what these two attempted to do with these guys. When they're done with that, that's when they want the guys. But what are the guys getting in return? You know what I mean? What are they really getting in return? I'm gonna be honest. It's not a guy's job to heal a woman. It's not really a guy's job to heal a broken woman. I'm gonna tell you why it's not a guy's job to heal a broken woman. Because if you try to heal a broken woman, especially one of these women in the West, it will be unappreciative. Because you look at, for example, Sierra, who rode the carousel with Amari Stoudemire, rode the carousel with 50 Cent, rode the carousel with Future, rode the carousel with Bow Wow, rode the carousel with Trey Songz, and she's still not respecting Russell Wilson for taking her in and not respecting her at all, him at all. So it's no obligation to try to heal these women. Now, one final thing I want to add to my fellow African comrades from the continent: please don't get caught up in the sauce and do what these dudes do, trying to earn some stripes, trying to be Pookie and Ray Rays. Okay? It's not worth it. Okay? Although the requirement for you when it comes to dealing with these women is to sell drugs or be a scammer or something like that, which some Nigerians do the 419. You know what I mean? We're not going to get into that, but don't get caught up. Okay? Don't shame your family. Don't risk maybe getting deported. Don't risk your family name being tarnished because you decided that you wanted to be a Pookie and Ray Ray. And you decided to fall into the dominant culture. The culture in which they push and the culture in which they like. And please don't become that good guy that takes them in once they have their fun. Okay? Please, as a final note, don't buy into this Pan-African sauce. Buy them either. since it's just camouflage for what they really want to do, which is cause what has been caused in these videos. But that's all I got for now, guys. Foolish signing out. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments.